What's up, guys? It's been probably about 11 months since I filmed like a walk around and update video on my E46. Obviously busy during the season, driving a lot of events. And who wants to hear like 3 or 6 months updates on the car? Not much changes. So annually is it's kind of a little bit better. You know, the car gets a lot of stuff done to it during the season and on the off season. So maybe this winter I'll film some more on what I'm doing to the car. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Still here in my garage, just as messy as ever. Don't mind all this stuff. I got wheels on the wall and stuff, looks kind of cool. But kind of wanted to do a little walk around with the drift car again. Got the 57 DRs on it, looking cool. This is my turbo 330 CI M3 lookalike, right? Got the hood, got the fenders, got some Musk over fenders that are M3 width, and still got the stock bumper. Don't put an M3 bumper on your car. Well, you can, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. But I kind of wanted to go over what I did to the car, how much I drove it this year, what I beat up, what I broke, and what the plans are for this off season. Gonna try my best to film with the front camera, as my rear camera is a little bit broken. Kind of makes a whirring noise as I film. I think the stabilizer's broken. So let's get started. I'll flip this camera around. Here she be in all her glory. I don't know where I should start. Let's start with the engine, because who doesn't want to see the turbo setup, you know? I guess these are getting more and more popular. About 3 or 4 years ago, not that many people did this, but so bone stock M54 B30, junkyard motor, bought it off some kid for $300. No idea on the mileage or anything. Had to replace it this year in October because the last one I had in the car for about 2 or 3 years, 2 years supercharged, 2 seasons supercharged, and 2 years turbo, something like that. It ended up actually killing itself. It spun a bearing. Not sure why on cylinder 1, but everything else was perfect. I mean, ring lands are solid, rings are solid, and this is stock as well. So I was kind of bummed out that motor let go because it was super reliable. But I got this stack of stuff over here while we're talking about broken parts. Also wasted a trans this year. This is a ZF GS6-37BZ, so like a late model 330, Z4, or ZHP trans. Wasted the second gear in that one. Ended up having bad engine mounts and trans mounts, and the motor moved around so much it actually popped out of gear. And it did it so often that I ratchet strapped it, bungee corded it in gear, and then it eventually just let loose when I did that. So you live and you learn. So let's get started up here. I run the Fresh Produce MFG turbo kit, right? My buddy Corey over there did all the charge piping, did the manifold, he did the full 3-inch stainless exhaust, he spec'd out the turbo. So it's a Borg Warner S257 with a 1.09 AR on it, kind of big. It spools pretty good though. Turbo Smart 50mm wastegate. I wish I could show you guys, but it's all the way down there. I did this in the off season. AN4 PTFE wastegate lines. I don't want to ever have to deal with putting a wastegate line back on or over boosting way down there. So I put it all in AN. Still running the Link Fury X. My buddy Justin over there keeps it real. Great ECU. Literally haven't had any issues with it. We run dual vanos with it. Oil pressure, oil temp, fuel pressure, ethanol content sensor, MAC valve over there. A bunch of stuff we run with it. It's great for diagnostics. When the car messes up on track, I can just go and log in or view the data log, figure out what was wrong with it. You know, oh, the pump did die. You know, the fuel pump's gone. There's no fuel pressure. I don't have to guess anymore. Chase bays. I put this on in October as well when I swapped the motor. Chase bays dual brake booster eliminator is what they call it. So it's a ABS delete, booster delete, manual brakes with a proportioning valve down here. Works awesome. I had never driven with manual brakes before I put this on the car, and the pedal feels insane. Like, it's awesome for when you don't want to lock up the wheels, but you want to slow the car down, if that makes sense. If you jam the brake, obviously you lock up the front wheels, but you can come into a corner, grab the handbrake, use the foot brake at the same time, and it doesn't jerk the wheel or anything like that. I like it a lot, and I would recommend it. eBay intercooler, it seems fine. I don't know, I've never tested it. I don't know, it's great for what, it was like $100. Dural, derail, oil cooler, 19 row. Don't mind the leak. I got a fitting that's leaking right there, just the O-ring's bad. S54 oil filter housing. Chase Bays, power steering kit, all BMRS line, super flexible, super tough. Haven't had any issues with that kit, but I did have issues with the previous kit. So real quick though, to keep these motors in check, you need a stock motor at least. You need to pay attention to your data. You need to keep the oil temps in check, coolant temps in check, IATs, AFR, everything. Because if you beat on it like it's an LS motor and get it to 280 degrees, it's gonna melt down. So it's awesome because it's cheap, but you have to take care of it. The car is an ethanol, so that helps a lot. Just don't be stupid, and it'll probably last you forever. That one lasted 3 years. So where should we go to next? I just don't want to forget anything, and I don't want to speed through this video. Last one was like 10 minutes. This one can be a little bit longer. Got the Buddy Club P1 seats in here. That's a P1 Evo on here. In here, not a lot of people. I haven't actually seen like anyone run that, but I took the brides out earlier and tossed those in. They're super comfy, suede, you know, solid, and don't mind how far back that one is. I need to get it adjusted still. PMC shifter, Nardi steering wheel, missing the horn button, Chase Bays handbrake. I run their lines too, but I do not run their brackets. I run the Seems Legit Garage brackets because these are the best on the market. Pretty much everything else is gonna break. Well-on one's probably gonna break, destroy your wheel, blah blah blah. These are flawless, and Mike and Chris over there obviously take care of everyone. They lock up whenever you want. It's pretty cool. This winter I got to toss new side skirts on it. I wasted those. Trashed this rear bumper. Too much wall, I guess. Replaced that, and I actually kind of messed the front bumper up too. Hit someone a little bit, so that'll all get attention this winter, but not right now. You guys probably saw it before. It's got a 6 or 8 point roll cage in here. Got the Link AIM dash, Link AIM, whatever you want to call it, 7-inch. View all my data. Buddy Corey over at Fresh Produce put these on because I blew out the stock latch. So that's the way it goes. No biggie. Part Shop Max strut bar. It's cool. All my fuel pump wiring's back here. So wiring for the Walbro 450. Actually melted it earlier this year, so I went ahead and upgraded the relay and stuff. This winter I got this plan to go in, and I'm terrible at filming, but working with Fuel Lab next year, this year partially. So I got their 2.7 liter surge tank. Basically the idea behind that is that the car won't fuel slosh anymore. So it'll fill up the surge tank. Let me put it back here. It'll fill up the surge tank before it goes to the fuel rail. That way there's no issues, because this car uses a pretty gnarly amount of fuel. I'm not exaggerating, probably a half gallon a lap. It's pretty rich. Maybe that's why the motor lasts so long, but it's pretty rich, so I'm tired of having to fill it up like every 10 to 15 laps because I'm nervous that it'll fuel slosh. Probably gonna mount that in there with all the lines and stuff, and then I want to move my battery right here up there, and because this back of the car keeps getting hit on both sides, and I want to make sure that battery doesn't get smashed. Trying my best not to forget anything. Silver Suspension, North America. Dudes over there, Will, super cool. Took care of me this year, and stoked to be working with them in 2023 as well. I got the Neomax super low. Obviously it's pretty low, looks good, but once again, true rear, 6K Swift spring. The front is actually an E46 knuckle and coilover, with the E46 top hat. With 12K Swift spring. So the benefits of the E36 strut, it's stronger. First of all, the E46 ones can bend. But you have adjustable KPI by stacking washers on the knuckle. You also have better Ackerman sweep and probably the best feel out of all the BMW knuckles. So I'm super happy with those. The car is, it works great, to be honest. I don't know if I filmed this, but last year I also put on an SLR front sway bar, which is like, I don't know, 32 millimeters around. It's definitely big. It's not average. And it made the car pretty wild to drive, right? So super snappy transitions. I love the bar. I run the SLR angle kit anyways. So super snappy transitions. Car felt super planted in the rear. Basically, they say by adding a front bar, a stiffer front bar, you're actually pushing more grip to the rear of the car. Kind of a weird idea, but don't take your sway bars off. That's lame. Trying not to speed through this once again, but Part Shop Max rear diff, subframe, and trailing arm bushings, I believe, right? NerpTech upper arms. Chaz is a homie. He always keeps it real, hooks me up. I love his products. I need to order his his lower arm soon. Just haven't gotten around to it. What else am I forgetting? Hopefully nothing. Stock diff in the rear. Auto 330 axles. I got a set right here, actually. I keep these on me. I haven't, knock on wood, knock on pegboard, I haven't broken one yet, which is sweet because it's stock diff, 188 millimeter, 330 auto axles, and then I have all my ratios right here. So this is 391 out of an X3 that probably doesn't fit. 307 and then 315. And the car right now is a 293, which seems to work the best for tracks where you just can stay in second gear. You don't have to shift. Man, I don't know. Wheel speed's pretty good in second gear is all I'm going to say. There she be. All right, so I tried my best not to ramble on about what's done to the car. I mean, you guys probably heard all the stuff I want to do to this off season. Just clean up the body, get everything fitting well. Surge tank. I can't think of anything else. The car has been super reliable, to be honest. Oh, I forgot to mention with the work I did. So I went to an event, broke the clutch, had an eBay clutch in the car. It's actually right here. Trashed this clutch, right? It's a 6-puck stage 19,000 clutch. Broke it, actually broke the pressure plates in the car, had a rowdy vibration. Pulled the trans out, put a Clutch Masters FX400 in it. Shout out to the guys over there. Luis hooked me up, and actually they adjusted the pressure plate to hold more, for more pressure, so it holds more power, because, 400 is like, I think like right around the cusp of spinning it or slipping it. So I put a Clutch Masters in it, and then I put the trans in, went to the next event, broke the trans. I'm like, so I put another trans in the car, and I went to the next event and broke the motor. So I pulled everything back out, and redid it all. It was super annoying. So I basically did all the work that I wanted to do over the winter and the off season in October, which I got it done. Just looking at the car right now, forgot to mention. Link ECU 1000cc injectors, right? Also want to give a shout out to my buddy Darius over at Perfect Balance. He does some super sick alignments. He always gets the car dialed in. So I run like 0 camber in the rear and maybe like a 1/4 inch of toe in. Car drives flawless. For how low it is, it drives really good. And he always keeps it real and gets me set up. So if you guys want to get a good alignment, reach out to him, Darius Reed, Perfect Balance PB on Instagram. Oh yeah, Volkswagen Audi R8 coil packs, CSF radiator. Oh yeah, and over last winter, Corey went ahead and redid this charge piping, right? So it was originally all in 3-inch. Found out that was too big. Didn't clear this headlight bracket right here, and this little thing had to be moved. So we downsized it to 2.5, and everything clears everything a lot better now. Also went ahead, in October and took the entire wiring harness apart, and I removed all the connectors. I think in total I removed all the connectors I wasn't using. So I removed about 20 wires and thinned it all out and re-illumined it. And I deleted the ICV as well. That cleaned up the engine bay a bunch. I mean, you guys can see it. This is like a huge open spot. Corey built me this catch can too. Oh, M54 aluminum valve cover. Sell them on eBay. It came in cracked, and Corey just welded it, and then I messaged the guy, and he actually sent me a full refund. So, shout out to Amazon. What else? Turner Motorsports, solid aluminum motor mounts and trans mounts, just because the car kept popping out of gear, like I said. I don't know. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions regarding the car and anything in general, just leave a comment or follow me on Instagram. Shout out to all the people that work with me. Link ECU, Fresh Produce MFG, Seems Legit Garage, Silver Suspension, Fuel Lab, and Perfect Balance. I appreciate it, guys. I support the people that support you, is what I always say, because there's a lot of companies out there that aren't supporting grassroots drifting or drifting in general, and these companies are. Thanks, guys.